What's up, guys? Welcome back to HSDFM. I'm your co-host Adi alongside Jay.
What's up, guys?
Guys, an even newer setup of HSDFM. Another one because we don't have our camera boys with us today. Miss you guys. But if you guys don't know what HSDFM is, it's basically a segment that we created to get you guys involved in the process of the entire show. We ask you questions on our Instagram where you guys submit your responses either through audio, video, or text. And we kind of talk about it on the show with the entire crew. And this week's question, Jay, was?
I think this week's question was a little more personal, so it didn't lend itself to a lot of video content. But I think it's going to be fun because you guys sent in your relationship problems or any advice that you guys wanted on a situation. And as you know, we have a very experienced panel up here.
Yeah, I mean,
So, you know.
I've been in a long-term relationship.
Yeah.
Jay is the single dude from the group. Ariana, kind of female perspective here.
Kind
and
of.
Sid, the old wise gentleman who's coming with,
The years and years of experience and knowledge in the
macking
field.
on bitches, bro. Okay, so
We'll put all his numbers in the link in the bio, so you can hit him up.
so I think Ariana has curated a few questions for us. Why don't you
Yes.
start?
Yes. Thank you to our lovely Instagram audience for sending in just the most fun, juicy, and amazing questions. Let's get started.
Yeah, you guys kept it juicy. I hope you guys kept it juicy. Let's see.
Let's get started. The first fun question. She starts it off with, you laugh. So you all should laugh.
You laugh?
She said, you laugh
How do they spell that?
properly.
Okay.
You laugh. He's Pakistani and I'm Indian. We were in a situationship.
Okay.
Mhm.
I felt he called it our Veer Zara moment and left.
Okay.
So
I don't know if we want to get into Indo-Pak relations right now on the pod.
I mean, me and you are strong political minds, so
Yeah.
let's put that aside.
Well, we'll put that aside for like a second. First, we want to explain to the viewers that we have someone on the cast who, when all of this was being decided, didn't know what a situationship was. So Sid.
I'm sensing we're going towards slang with Sid.
No.
here.
We should have put that in there, but I don't think it was popping when we did slang with Sid.
Honestly, I don't even understand what a situation
Like,
is.
it's friends with benefits, if I'm not wrong. They just shortened the term for that, right? Is it not? Wow.
Oh, what is it?
What is it then?
So I'll tell you what a situationship is. It's like when you're basically in a relationship, but you're not in a relationship.
You know, putting like a label on it, yeah? Isn't that what friends with benefits is? Like you can't...
No, because
But
you do
you're
all the other
exclusive.
relationship things.
Yeah.
No, exclusive, but you haven't...
It depends.
It's a term for our generation that has a fear of commitment.
Oh,
Honestly, that's
okay.
what I think
Wow.
it is.
Damn, I
Right?
think that's
A great way to
I
put
think
it.
That is a lot of it. I'll tell you guys a funny story. We can cut this out if you want. We were in the 9th grade. I think you and your girlfriend had been dating for quite some time, and I think it were like 2 years past or whatever. And then I was going for dinner with Aditya, and he was like buying roses and stuff or whatever. I'm like, oh, why are you buying roses? He's like, you know, I think I'm gonna ask her to be my girlfriend.
Not 2
what?
years
I was
later,
like,
bro.
What the fuck?
Not 2 years.
What have you guys been doing up to this point, bro? Like, I don't know. He's like, yeah, but like, time I made it.
Okay,
time I made it
situationships is the new
official.
word for unofficial.
Yes. Yeah. We're
No.
We were unofficial. Yeah.
No, but it's
unofficially is like still implied that you're in a relationship. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Okay, so
But-
situationship is like friends with benefits with implied commitment, but no title.
No, but friends with benefits is only like sexual.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like dating, but no title. So it's unofficial.
It's unofficial.
Yeah, but it's
Okay.
complicated.
Okay, the story.
But
The
that's
story.
what the word sums up. So the story is to illustrate that this has been going on for a really long time. There's just like now there's
Oh
a
no, I
word
was
to
getting
it.
back to that.
Oh, your
their-
story. Oh,
their
okay.
question.
Oh, okay.
Which is, I didn't understand the Veer Zara thing. I know it's a movie, but I don't know the
you
reference.
didn't get the ref?
You know the fucking
you know the rest.
Yeah, I didn't get the ref, but I'm surprised he didn't get it.
So Veer Zara is a movie with lovely Preeti Zinta and Shah Rukh Khan.
Hey, big fan.
Oh, big fan. Big
Big-
Preeti
yeah.
Zinta.
Yeah.
Shah Rukh.
Yeah. Call
So-
Hona ho, bro.
Oh,
In that, one of them is Pakistani and
Okay.
one of them is Indian.
Mhm.
And I think they're part of like the defense forces.
Oh,
and then they fall in
wow.
love.
oh, that's a cute
that's,
story.
Yeah.
That should be an
Is
FM
your
question.
story matching up to that level of cuteness? Because you can't just call yourself a Veer Zara.
Yeah, wait,
woman.
hold up. Do you guys are you guys in the same geographical location?
I
'Cause
feel like they probably
if
met
you
in
are-
uni. Like, where else would they meet?
Well,
If you guys are in the same geographical location, I don't see how it matters.
No, but let's assume they're not because otherwise she wouldn't have a problem, right?
So
The
then it's-
fact is that one of them
okay.
is in Pakistan, one of them is in India, and they really
okay.
can't meet.
I'm assuming they met in uni. Because where else would you meet someone?
You know,
Right.
on the streets, you just, hey, what up?
but the thing is that it says I fell. He called it a Veer Zara moment and left.
Oh shit!
He
So he's gone. I think you have your answer then. Peace.
Okay. So now, something that I have experienced myself, but it's not my question. It says he doesn't confirm plans till the last minute, and it pisses me off.
Oh, yo, that's a super red flag, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like if I had a friend who did that, I'd be pissed off.
That's like being in a new situationship every day because you don't know whether it's officially a plan or no.
You know what the situation is in the situationship.
What?
That's that you don't know what the
Oh, you don't know what
situation
this?
is.
Yeah.
Man, I feel like that's just a red flag in general. You know what that is a symptom of probably? It's like, okay, let me see if, the boys are doing something, literally anything else. And like, if there's a better plan, I'm going to go for that. If there isn't,
Yo, I'm gonna give this dude some
Peace.
credit. What if he's like a hustler, entrepreneur, grinding 24/7 Sigma mindset, and he just doesn't have
Sigma
time to
mindset.
commit to like a plan. Like I'm not gonna get dinner with you. Like I have more
He's a-
important
he's
things
a
to
one-
do.
he's a wanderer.
If you're such a hustler, you need to give priorities to different things. Your relationship being one of them also. So if you're committed, you fucking commit to a time. Yeah.
No, but okay, let's put
But
in
he hasn't
perspective.
committed
There's
to a
this
time.
business he's been working on for 3 years, okay, versus this girl he's met on Tinder last week.
Damn.
But you're just like
Damn.
this girl he met on Tinder last week is
she was
a
coming to me,
follower.
she asked for
Yo,
a
by the way, we'll get into the shift of dating apps later, but I feel like no one uses Tinder anymore. I feel like it's
Yeah.
all Bumble and Hinge and
Yeah,
I
whatever
agree.
it is. Yeah.
But so okay, if he's a Sigma male grind set, hustler, I say we give him a break.
Yeah, you
But
can't
if
come in
he's-
his way.
If he's like a student, I think this dude's just ducking you on. If I'm gonna be honest with
Yeah,
you,
most likely, yeah.
yeah.
He's ducking.
So you
Okay.
seem like a nice girl, I guess, but
Supposed
you
to be
know,
advised.
it is what it is.
So should she leave him?
The advice is
Wait, how long have they been together?
No one said. This is just the situation.
Okay, if it's under 5 months and then I think you should leave. But it's over 5 months and you've kind of, developed feelings for him, or you think that you can change him, then
guys, I'll say this much. It's always a situation of the other person. Let's say it's a situationship. That means one person or both, let's say, aren't ready to commit. And I feel like it's super hard to change that mindset after a certain point. And I've said this on the show before. If it's anything but a yes, it's a no.
Mm.
And like, I feel like people go into these oh, hey, you knew what I wanted from the start. It's much easier said than done when you're spending so much time with the person. But more often than not, if it's not an unequivocal yes, you're probably heading down a path of just anxiety, honestly, because you never
Yeah.
know what the other person's thinking. You don't know if they're on the same wavelegth as you. So
also like
I would just-
I'm sure
yeah.
you've been in positions where you've wanted to prolong the decision of whether you want to hang out with someone as long as possible, and you know that you don't genuinely feel things for that person.
Yeah.
So maybe put him in those shoes. Maybe he just doesn't have as strong of feelings for you, which I'm sorry if that sucks to hear, but it's the truth.
That's
yeah,
so
maybe if
sad.
there's like a really good match on, I guess, then, F1 quali times or whatever.
That's so sad.
Well, that's life,
That's
right?
life.
I mean, go find someone that cancels plans to be with you.
Exactly.
I mean,
Huh.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's who you should find.
Yeah.
Like that's
Straight
how you
up,
know
bro.
he's
You
the
don't
one.
you don't want to ask someone for their time.
Yeah, that's true.
You want to just be like, yo,
Leave
do you
this
want
guy.
to? Yeah, you want to be like, yo, you want to meet up? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like yes, like that's
like-
that's what I say if I want to meet someone. They'd be like, yo, you want to meet? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But also
maybe,
make sure you're asking like a reasonable amount of times. You don't ask every day of the week. Like
That's not reasonable.
It's like those classic movies where there's one good and one evil.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
like nice. And I think but make sure that he doesn't do this.
No, like I'll give you an example. Like yesterday, we were trying to go for a movie or whatever. We were like working out, and he was like, "Yo, you want to go for a movie?" I was like, "I'm in, dude. Book it."
Yeah.
He was like, "Booked it." That's how easy it should be,
Hmm.
not all relationships are as strong as ours.
Hey,
Jace.
that's true. That's true.
Okay. Moving on to the ultimate situationship question. Men in my life want to do everything that comes in the package of love, except of having a future with me. Isn't that just depressing?
That's so
Living in the moment? No.
man. This I think we're gonna get a lot of questions. I think we're gonna get a lot of questions like this, and like it's nice. I guess it's nice in the moment, but like I don't know. If you feel like you're wasting your time, just don't do it. If you feel like there's nothing else going on in your life, maybe continue. Maybe get a hobby that fills this void.
Let's break this down a little bit. Everything in the package of love. So I'm assuming that means like going out on dates, going for movies, hanging out.
Shampooing each other's hair.
Of course.
That's key.
Butter chicken bath times, of course.
Yeah. Shout out the you know who you are.
Yeah, but and the I'm sure physical aspect of it, but not kind of wanting to again commit.
Mm-hmm.
It all stems from that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
does.
I feel like if you are not willing to hold hands with this person in public, you know what I'm saying? I feel
Yeah.
like that is super intimate.
Yeah.
Like
It
that
is.
is the level that we've gotten to, where that show of basic affection in public is like a huge bar for people right now.
Hmm.
And I'm going to say this just one more time to get it out of my system. If you go into a situationship or a whatever you want to call it these days, and it's not a yes initially, it's a no. And more often than not, you're heading down the route of just disappointment. And that it sucks, but you know, that is
Okay.
what it is.
What's your
But I have a follow-up question to
Yeah.
this. Isn't it better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all?
Yeah,
And when
sure.
you're in this situationship, where people nowadays in situationships hold hands in public, kiss in public, it's all good, but they still don't commit.
But then
right?
that's, you know, I just said that as an example.
See,
but if
that's
you're not
like a
committing, then
different
you're not
philosophy
committing, bro.
on like dating and living or loving in general. Like you're probably not the type who wants to be in a monogamous relationship, or at least not in one for a long period of time. Now there are trade-offs with that where you probably won't find a very, very deep connection, like because you're not with this person after 10 years. But if it works for you, it works for you. Like a lot of people like changing their partners around.
Mm.
I think that's
And
fine.
okay, guys, so I'll amend what I said though, because I think we've had this conversation multiple times where it's like I feel like guys know more quickly if they want to be with a girl or not, and girls take more time, is
Yeah.
what I've heard. So there is an exception to that rule. It's like you can't obviously ask someone right there and then the first time you meet them, but like after 6 weeks, maybe I would say is the upper limit. You know if you want to spend more time with them in like a romantic relationship setting, and I think the other person does too. If it takes more than 6 weeks, I don't know, maybe it does. Maybe you guys like hanging around each other, but usually within the first 6 weeks is when you're like, okay, I can see myself being with this person committedly for a long period of time.
Yeah,
So, you know,
I agree.
Okay. A lot of people say 3 is the golden number.
I
3
agree
weeks?
with that.
So 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years. That's how much
Oh,
time.
really?
So
Okay,
like
okay.
if in 3 weeks you want to give up, you give up. Then
Wow,
3
okay.
months is your next checkpoint. And then
Okay. Oh, very cool, man. Okay.
3
Yeah.
months,
3
to
months,
3 years.
3
Yeah, it's a big jump.
That's a
No,
huge jump.
but it's the jump from dating to probably getting married.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know.
So
That-
3 months to 3 years makes sense then.
yeah. Okay, that's fine.
I think a lot of times people make like rational decisions of like, oh, I should be with this person because it makes sense in so many ways, but
Yeah.
you just can't force that chemistry. You know, sometimes you just have chemistry with people.
yeah.
Imagine being on the other end of that, man.
Of what?
Like, oh my god, it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it just makes sense. Like, it's just the,
Yeah.
it's just the safe thing
The
to
logical
do.
thing
It's
to
the
do.
logical.
You are the logical thing to do.
Oh, that
Like, it's
That's
not
so
driven-
terrible.
it's not driven-
bad. Look
God, I wanna
There's like
die.
there's zero passion
Yeah.
in that. Like you
Yeah.
feel
Oh my
nothing for me.
God.
I am
Yeah.
logic to you.
Yeah.
I
Like,
agree.
hey,
Yeah.
let's. I don't know. Let's do
it's like
math in
dating a-
public
it's like
together.
dating a math
I don't know.
problem, yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's like the worst kind of relationship to be in. I feel,
Oh, no.
and I feel like a lot of people are in like logic relationships. But it's like this makes sense. Why not? Right?
Yeah. But also, what if you were
Oof.
not to like fully go over, but my question is, what if there is that passion, that chemistry, but then other worldly factors are coming in the way of you being together?
Like
long
physical
distance.
location.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm sure we'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get
say-
into that.
I'm sure we'll get.
There
I'm
is
sure we'll-
actually there are long distance.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Okay. Now to take a break from this, some single people.
Okay.
Who else are single actually?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
And-
guess
well,
we can.
We don't about me.
Big man as well. We you don't see him right now, but
No.
Oh, is he not?
oh,
Oh.
hey.
Cute young love.
Young love.
What is the have you guys seen Harry Potter?
No.
No.
What?
Straight up, you're the only one
Have you seen
here.
Harry Potter? I'm gonna leave this fucking room. Okay.
I have actually watched Harry Potter, but I didn't understand
Hey,
it
that's
till
not
like.
the same.
Okay,
Man.
what's the
It's
reference?
like, you know, when Dumbledore's like to be young and to feel love's keen sting. It's a really funny moment. If you guys have watched, it happens in the 6th movie. It's a nice moment. You guys suck.
Okay.
So it's just a statement dealing with the trash that is the existing dating pool, which
Ugh. Dealing with the trash.
can't
that
we
is-
all relate?
I mean,
Um,
it's having a very negative, very
Yeah.
pessimistic view. Like, fuck you,
Glass
dude.
half
Like,
empty.
You know what I hate?
I don't like such negative people.
You know what I
Okay,
hate?
wait.
And this is not to this person at all. I fucking hate complainers, bro. Like, like I fucking hate complainers, and I specifically this specific type of person I want to target. The person who says that they're bored all the time.
Mm.
Like, there's just this one person where you're all out, you're doing something, and it'll just be like, I'm bored. Like,
Yeah.
dude, chances are you are probably the boring person there.
Yeah.
Like,
You
I
should leave.
hate it when people say
If you're
that.
bored,
shit, bro.
leave.
Like, yeah, honestly, bro. Like, it's just like, give something a chance once in a while.
Everyone knows these
Give it a
people,
try. Yeah,
right? Like,
100%, bro.
I'm this person.
No,
I'm
you're
no,
not.
not at all.
Pro complainer.
No,
You're
but
not.
you're complaining about like shit that goes on in your life that's exciting, not
wouldn't
you're
be
not
here and,
complaining
like-
for excitement.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're not complaining saying like, oh, excite me. Like, that's not like what you're
Yeah.
complaining about.
But I just feel like, as a single person who is very actively looking for love,
You can target
But-
that right over there.
is there,
Would you be open to doing a bachelorette that where we ask listeners who may be interested in dating you to
Yes.
send in like
But-
pitches?
yes, but I
We'll do
have.
like a whole slideshow and
But
stuff.
I would love that. But that's my
Let's hit
dream.
Pawan up.
Okay.
But I have a criteria, right? Good looks,
Mm.
good looks, and good
Good
looks.
looks, baby. You gotta look good.
You gotta look stunning.
What if they're
Send-
boring
You
as
and me?
shit though?
Send like a full like prison profile. No personality, no nothing. If you look good, we'll set you
No.
up with Ariana. If
You
you
have to
don't,
be like funny,
peace.
smart, good looking, nice job.
Yeah, all the other girls don't want these things. Right?
But you know what I realized? Can I just tell y'all something? That I one day was like, okay, I want all these things in a guy.
Hmm.
And then I was like, is it that hard to find this? Because I am all these things. I'm really good looking. I'm funny. I'm smart. I'm like
Okay.
live in
Yeah.
Bombay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
These
fair
are
enough.
things
I love it.
that I want
love it.
in my guy, and
That's
I am
great.
all of those things.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't think.
So
it's
what's
that
your
hard.
point then?
So to basically answer the question, what do you do? And I'm sorry, we just trashed you for like 5 minutes. We didn't answer your question.
Sorry.
I think it's like a numbers game. If you're like a serial dater and you're like on profiles or whatever, I think you're just gonna have to get through a couple of like duds and then, you know, when you meet someone, it'll finally click. It'll stand out to you. I think it'll be very apparent that they are not like all the other trash, as you want to
So
call
what
it.
is was it
So-
a woman that sent this?
Yes.
So maybe also change your I don't know if you do this, but maybe you make the first move on people you're interested in. Because usually, you know, women will wait for the guy to make the first move. Sometimes guys just are very shy or they don't want to. So maybe you should make the first move in people you're actually interested
Yeah, that's Bumble, I feel, right?
Yeah, Bumble, you have to make the first move.
in. I mean in
But-
person as well, like in
But
real
I think
life.
the issue is to find these guys. Like, there's no. I'm happy to make the first move, and I'm sure she is as well. But where do you
There's 4
find
guys
guys?
in the room right now that would fit your criteria, right?
Yeah, but where do we find you?
Oh. Yeah.
Too busy grinding, man. Too busy grinding.
Well, on that
you know.
Sigma grind set, like the
straight up,
first guy,
straight up.
honestly.
Yeah. You know what? Sympathies to the first guy. You know,
Yeah, dude.
we're with you, man. Yeah.
I was with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like, bro, assume he's like 21, 22. He's not in the mood for like a girl.
What? All young guys are in the mood for a girl.
Well, that's the thing. He's not in the mood for a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oof.
Right? Let's say that. That's
Mm.
That's
I just
hard.
It's hard.
Okay, guy, would you rather be on the end of a situationship like that, or would you rather be in a very loving, committed relationship as the logic option?
Situationship, bro. Any day.
Situationship, any
At least
day,
you're having
right?
fun,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
At least
yeah,
you're
yeah,
like
yeah.
a fun part of their life.
Yeah.
Oof.
That's not a hard question, I feel, to answer. I
Wait,
feel
the
like you'd
first-
be.
What's the situationship one?
The
That
first one is the first guy, the question
Makes
we asked.
plans last minute. Like that's not a big deal, dude.
That's-
Confirms plans last minute, which
But
means
guys,
she makes the plans.
I'm just saying that
confirms them last
these are
minute.
both the same situation
No.
where you're just like the last option that they go to. At least in
No,
the
no, no,
logic
no.
one, you're the like first option.
No, you might not.
I do agree with her, and I
You know what I
would
mean?
choose the logic one
Really?
because it makes sense also. Like, and then sure, like I mean, I don't want to the whole last not confirming plans. I don't like that, man. It's kind
Yeah.
of
Fair.
disrespectful.
You know what, dude? People value different things in a
It's
relationship.
disrespectful. Yeah.
So it is what it
Well,
is. Fair enough. That's
oh,
okay.
Yeah, I guess.
But
yeah.
I'll tell
I
you
like
what,
doing last minute things. You know
You
what
know
I'm saying? Like
that's not the same. And you know what? I have been in
It's not the same,
situations.
yeah.
Let me just share. I have been in situations, and Queen Taylor Swift has a line in her song,
Yeah.
and it's "I'll cancel plans just in case you'll call." And isn't that
Oh, that's
just?
kind of a
That's a
simp
nice
move,
line.
I feel like.
that's it. Oh.
And I have been there.
In
I
case
have,
you'll call, like, damn.
yeah,
like-
yeah, yeah. Like you're like, oh fuck, it's Friday night. Let me just like keep myself free just in case this person will
But
hit
that's
me
so
up.
sad.
last
Then you're,
minute.
So
no,
sad.
you know what? Taylor Swift is a marketing genius. Because what do you do if the guy doesn't call? You listen to some Taylor Swift.
Oh.
You know? you know, and then
She's creating her own market.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Hey, genius. Okay,
Genius.
come, let's get to the next one. There's something to it.
Okay, this is a two-parter.
Mm.
Why are all the good ones taken?
Mm.
Second part, need Delhi boys to be more like Bombay boys.
Well, I agree with you on the
Second part,
one.
yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
First one, well,
Lord.
Uh,
First one, maybe you just want what you can't have, honestly, and that's a very dangerous path to go down, because I feel like once you get it, then what's the next thing you can't have?
yeah.
Cocaine. So you know, like the grass is always greener on the other side, kind of
Maybe
thing.
the good ones are taken because the people who took them acted quickly and you know.
Mm.
mm.
Yeah, if you're like indecisive, that's a huge thing. You know, like she's indecisive,
She can't
She can't
decide.
can't decide. You know, she keeps on looking. You know,
From left to
left
right.
to right.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah, just I feel like if you want something, at least in the fast-paced world that we live in right now, where a date is a DM away, send that DM, bro.
That
Shoot
DM.
shoot your shot. Send that DM, and don't be afraid, bro. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it is what it is at the end of the day.
I always like to think, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, they'll screenshot it, put it on their group chat, and laugh at you. Like you aren't even a part of that group chat. It's fine. Like it's okay.
That's
It's
so
fine.
terrible. Okay. Oh, this is a good one.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if y'all have ever experienced this. Best friend doesn't like my boyfriend, and boyfriend doesn't like my best friend.
Have a tough conversation with you. I haven't experienced it. Actually, I will say that one of Jay's girlfriends, when he first started dating her, I was like, oh, Jesus, I cannot. But then she grew to be a good friend.
Okay. Okay. How do I put this? Whenever your best friend is in a relationship with someone, when they break up with them, personally, it's like you gotta break up with them as well. You know what I mean? In that sense. So it's like,
I think that's a very childish way of thinking.
sure, that's fine.
And I think you've also changed your mind on that.
No, I have to a certain extent. It depends on the situation.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I mean, it really depends on the situation, but by and large, you don't have that many friends that you will
Oh yeah.
stick to that rule with. You know, like I have some friends who, you know, I don't know, you're always kind of looking out for the other person. You're always kind of looking out for the best friend. And this is what happens most of the time, is that your best friend comes to you with only the complaints. Like your best friend's never gonna come back from like a date and be like, oh my God, it was so nice.
Yeah.
She looks so good. And we spoke about my day. And nobody does. Nobody has that conversation.
No, I think women do.
Yeah, I'm talking about me. Bro.
Yeah.
Like, come on. HSDFM, bro. But when guys talk about their relationships, they won't speak about the good stuff. They'll only kind of highlight the bad stuff. And then as a best friend, you're just hearing the bad stuff. And then you have a perception of this person. And I think that's what gets it twisted a little bit. It's like a little bit of miscommunication. But at the end of the day, if your friend is happy, there should be absolutely no problem for you.
I think it's much more
Yeah.
common for I think it's much more okay for the best friend to not like the girlfriend. But if like the girlfriend doesn't like the best friend,
that's
that's
a recipe for
like
disaster almost.
you're stepping on
Yeah.
toes.
Yeah.
You know.
Nice one. I think that's a
Yeah, that's a good distinction to have. But yeah, I think if your friend is happy with their partner, you have no choice but to be happy for them as well. So
next one. So this guy I like is nice, but he's too naive, which is a turn off versus other boys I meet who are fuckboys.
Hmm.
Why don't you take this one?
Why?
As in, no, I had something to say, but I'll table it. I'll go after you.
I don't know, dude. I think being nice and being good and being even naive at sometimes is always a better choice to have in a partner than
Mhm.
someone who, okay, maybe like they're more street smart or like whatever, but they're not kind to people. I would much rather be with someone who's kind and maybe, okay, they're naive once in a while.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
Hmm.
you're a guy, right?
exactly. That's what I'm trying to think from the other perspective.
So what I would say is like, my perspective on it is like there's a difference between being good and nice, right? Like you can be a good person
Hmm.
and not necessarily be nice and kind to everyone,
Yeah,
like
just
that naive
assertive.
aspect.
Yeah.
You can be a good person, you can have good morals and values, and you can assert yourself in a situation, and you can be obviously like bare minimum kind to your partner. That's the foundation of the relationship. Whereas a nice dude, I think from like a female's perspective, is like, you ever have a dog and that dog just fucking loves everyone,
Hmm.
and you're just like, you're just with me because I feed you, bro. Like, you just do you even like, is this how you are with everyone?
Compare the two.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And it's one of those things where it's like, if you're nice to everyone and you're super naive about it, then people are going to take advantage of you.
Yeah, but
People are going to take advantage of you if you are naive. And as a woman, I'm assuming seeing that is not maybe the most attractive thing. It's like, you know,
Okay, so let me put this. What you described is like on the extreme version of this naive dumbass guy.
yeah,
So if we compare that to the extreme version of a fuckboy,
yeah.
you would still pick that naive dumbass guy.
At least like in one, there's like
The
a
fuckboy
bit
is
of
gonna
trust.
be a-
yeah. There's good and there's bad, right?
Oh.
But what I'm saying is you can still be good and not be naive. Like you can still be nice and not be naive. And
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
That's
No
not
one's-
what we're
Yeah.
saying. No one said
That's
that.
not the point. The point is I guess who's better?
what
would
do
you
think
rather?
about it?
Or who would you go? Which side do you go?
I think go with the nice guy, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Go with
always.
the nice guy.
Always pick the nice guy.
But she's saying being naive is a turn off for her.
That's what I'm saying. That's
So like if it's a turn off, you know, like
she's not attracted to the
some
dude in the
things are
first
just
place.
turn off.
Hmm.
You know what? Maybe you can be assertive enough for the both of you if you want.
yeah, I guess.
But it's 2023, lady. Come on.
Yeah.
Reorder his fries if he wants. Like if that's what she's saying, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like in what situation is she even finding his naivety?
Yeah. People like tricking him like hoodlums. Like, is he getting like does he keep getting like out hustled or something? Like, you know?
I think maybe he's just like, you know, one of those guys who like is damn like shy.
Bhola.
Bhola.
those guys
Bhola
are
is
the
the
what
word.
is
the
man.
shy, you know what? I don't find anything wrong with that.
You know what? It would be fucked up if she's calling him naive. If like, you know, some of those girls will see like some other girl hitting on their man and be like, "Oh, you're so naive! Like you don't even recognize that she's hitting on you."
Oh.
Is that where the naive comes from?
Oh.
Because then that's a whole different thing. That's an insecure thing of hers. It's not a naive thing of him.
Oh, this guy turned it around.
Yeah, maybe you're the
Maybe
problem.
that's herself.
Maybe you know know what? Why don't you take a good hard look in the mirror and really think about things? Okay, what do you want out of this relationship? Some people, man, just
Yeah.
Adi stands for the nice guys.
yeah, straight up. Okay.
Okay. I have a crush on my best friend. Should I risk it for the biscuit?
Oh.
Don't.
Yeah. I would say like most.
No, best
Most-
friend is too
yeah.
close. It's too precious for
Yeah,
a relationship
most-
for you to try and fuck
So
over.
when you're younger, I think there's that fantasy that like movies give you of like, oh my god, the love was here all the whole while. You know what I mean? But you know what, guys? I feel like if you find someone in a best friend capacity who you want to keep around for the rest of your life, don't fucking date them because it is going to end one of two ways, and there's a lot of factors that play into it.
Yeah, but
I
then
would
one
just-
of two ways that one, it's like a 50-50, you know?
No, but it's a very idealistic way of thinking. I feel like it's a very childish way of like, oh, this person's here, might as well just love them. You know, like instead of like
Yeah.
going out and finding someone
I
new.
would also much rather have a girlfriend who turns into a best friend than a
Mm.
best friend who turns
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I feel like okay, if you care about that relationship at all, I would say stay away from that aspect of it.
But don't you think there's a possibility that
Yeah,
you can?
sure, there's always a
No,
possibility.
no. The possibility, okay, that if you love each other, and that's great. But even if you don't, you can you not come back to what you were before?
It's creating a rom-com over here, man. You dog. Okay.
You know,
No, you can't.
No,
you can
I
be
think
mature
once- I
enough
think-
to
no,
know
dude.
that this is.
No, there's maturity and then there's just common sense, bro. I feel like if it's a bad breakup, especially, I don't think there's any coming back from that.
Yeah.
And that's a risk you're willing to. That's a risk you have to assume
not even
with anyone.
break up, bro. Just telling them, putting it out there, and if
Mm.
they don't reciprocate, that barrier is just something you can't really get over. You're always gonna kind of feel embarrassed. They're
Mm,
gonna feel
mm,
awkward.
Yeah.
Also, guys, it really depends on the relationship. I feel like if they are giving you like a clear signal, go for it. But if they aren't,
Don't risk
I
it.
think it might just be like love by proximity. You know, that shit happens.
Yeah.
That shit happens. Like you're just around someone so much that it's just like
A lot of love is familiarity. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't confuse that. Don't confuse that with love, I feel. But you know, you're young, probably. Have fun. Have fun.
Okay. So go for it.
No.
I would say no.
I would say go for it. Love is love. I think that's so fun.
Yo, you've been trying to open that for like ages, bro. Why don't you just give it to me, man?
Nails, dude.
I'm right here, bro.
I'm good.
You've been trying to open that for like 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next question. I caught him with a girl in his bedroom,
Oh,
but he says that she was just there to smoke.
yo, guys, if it is what it looks like, then it's not what it looks like. So
Ooh.
Quote that.
quote
Yeah, t-shirt.
straight up.
Sid is actually loving it, bro.
Good one.
It was because you understood what I mean, right? You understand what I mean.
Okay.
You get what I mean, you know?
It's a good one.
Yeah, this is like a long-term BF kind of situation, or like no
No context.
No context. But
Okay, Ditya's gonna side with the
No.
opposing.
no,
one.
not in this case.
Okay, guys, look. I guess if you are in a relationship and you haven't drawn boundaries or spoken about it, you should. This seems like a case where you hadn't, because I don't think anyone is dumb enough to listen to something and then go and do the opposite. Although people are.
If you got this girl that you don't know,
Mm.
like you didn't know this girl existed,
Mm.
then it's
Yeah,
for
like
sure not a
rando.
scene. Yeah.
Like and
If it was a
he doesn't
friend.
know, if he doesn't know the girl either, if you don't know
Or
the
she's
girl,
random
and-
girl in his
no,
room.
like if I'm assuming this is at like a party scene and they've gone to smoke or whatever.
Why are you assuming these things? She just said.
Oh, so like you just walked into his house cold, no fucking anything, walked into this dude's room, saw him with a girl, and was like, yeah, probably there to smoke.
See, there's
He told her that.
there's a few caveats, okay? If he knew you were coming, it's probably nothing to be worried about because he would not do that.
Mm.
2, if you didn't know the girl and he didn't know you were coming, you should be very, very worried.
Mm.
Okay? And 3, Actually, just that too. Anyone have?
Maybe smoke with them. Maybe it's a chill season. Yeah, I think don't be an idiot. That's naive.
Mm.
I feel. Hey, who knows, man? I feel like that's pretty naive.
Yeah.
But for all the people out there who take it a little less seriously, you'll find out in 6 months anyway, I guess. So it's completely your call.
Okay, next question. It's a long distance relationship. And it's getting hard to communicate as we're both really busy.
Hmm.
So I think in one of our recent episodes there was that kissing device that was.
Yeah.
Why don't you take this one?
I would ask the same question. Genuinely.
shit.
It is hard to communicate when it's long distance, especially if there's a time difference thing.
Hmm.
What I feel has helped me, I'll just offer that, has been like voice notes. So just like,
Okay.
when you think of them and maybe they're sleeping or something,
Sure.
or you think of something you want to tell them. One of the best things about a relationship to me is sharing like exciting things that happen through the day.
Sure.
So I usually just send like a voice note. She would do the same. I think flood each other with pictures, videos, anything that can show them that the environment you're in. Kind of, like if I was shooting today, I would take a picture and send it to Kia.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I read a really nice book back in the day. And what?
It's immediately unbelievable.
I did. It's
Tinkle 42.
And in this book, it's basically like, obviously I'm not in a long distance relationship and I don't think it's a smart idea, especially if it's a long distance relationship, if the ending is undefined. Like maybe if you guys have been dating for a while and you're coming back in a year, cool, stick it out, boom. But if it's an undefined period of time, I think that's super rough and I feel for you. And if you guys have been dating for a really long time, obviously you got to try and stick it out. But here's the key defining factor I feel that I've noticed with you and with people who have successful long distance relationships, because that exists. Like we know people who are doing it successfully. And what it comes down to is, what do you guys prioritize? Are you guys putting the relationship first? Obviously not among everything, but are you guys prioritizing the relationship or are you guys looking at it as work? Like if the goal for both the people is on the same wavelength of he is my priority, she is my priority, the relationship is my priority, it will work out. I do believe that if it's both of your priorities,
So
it will
on
work
the
out.
flip side of that, what I think has helped us has been like, we both know that our priority right now
Yeah.
is to work.
Yeah. But we spend
So-
a lot of time together anyway. So it's one of the.
So,
Yeah.
like you can compartmentalize your relationship as well. Be like,
Sure.
okay, I don't want to think about this aspect. I trust that it'll work out in the
Sure.
future.
Sure.
Let me focus on where I am right now
Sure.
and kind of take advantage of the fact that I don't have someone I need to spend time with in that way or whatever.
Mm.
Like, it's like very freeing also sometimes when you think of it that way.
Well, I guess, in a relationship, it really depends on the time, the length as well.
Yeah.
So if you guys have reached that point where you're able to do this kind of stuff, then 100% it's working, right? But I think if it's like a new relationship, I think the first thing to consider is this our first priority for both of us? And if it isn't, have a hard conversation, wherever that leads to, it leads to. And other than that, yeah, it sucks, but it's doable, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's doable. So good luck.
Okay. I actually relate to this next question so much.
Hmm.
And in one of my relationships, I fully felt this way. So I'm excited to know what you guys think.
Hmm.
So this girl says, I never understand his need for space. I try so hard to, but I just feel neglected.
I thought she was gonna say need for speed at like
His need
Need
for
for
speed.
space.
Okay, so I think with dudes especially, it's like you have a certain amount of recharge time that's needed. I feel like for me personally, there's a little bit of a social battery that, like, once that runs out, you can still be in the same area. You just don't have to talk. You know what I mean? Like it's like a
Yeah.
recharging phase where it's like maybe it's not physical space, it's more so mental space. And it's like if you've had like a really long day, if you've been like super stressed and whatever, and you know that you might have a tendency to lash out at the end of that,
Yeah.
then
you're
you kind of want to
keeping-
recharge and be like, yo, that's not personal.
Yeah.
It's just a product of my day.
Hmm.
And you see this more often, like oftentimes where it comes up as like not wanting to be together and the other person saying like, spend time with me. But then the time spent is so low quality because of that feeling of like
Yeah.
burnt outness or whatever, that kind of becomes an issue.
Yeah, you should maybe consider the fact that when you do spend time with him,
Mm.
do you feel like he's giving you all of his energy? And if he is, then I think you should take the fact that he needs his space to kind of give you that. Because I feel like if you force him to spend time with you or whatever, or you feel like it's being forced, you're not going to enjoy it as much any of the time.
Okay. I
Sure.
think that's a great one.
Yeah.
But also, just because I've been in this situation, I feel like the problem is also when you see your friends and other people
Mm-hmm.
like spending every single day together,
What
right?
comparison is the thief of joy?
Yeah.
Straight up.
That's
straight
so
up.
true.
Compare your relationship.
How do you
And-
not
and-
compare?
And you're probably only seeing the highlights, right? You're seeing Instagram
Highlights.
stories, you're seeing Instagram posts. You don't know what goes down.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like you, that's what I'm assuming you're talking about, right? Like you're not physically seeing them. You're seeing the
Yeah.
pictures and the highlights and the and I think that's very, very misleading. I think a lot of times you see like a couple on Instagram, all over Instagram, and it's just like, wow, they spend all the
Yeah.
like all day with each other. That's crazy. When in reality, it's probably not the case. They probably took those pictures maybe a while ago and just posting it now.
Yeah.
So who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. I think that's a good point. But also, okay,
Yeah.
follow-up question. What
Follow up answer.
if you need to be with, like, what if your love language is quality time
Well,
and
in that
physical
case-
touch, and the other person is just like, I need
Yeah,
But
space from you.
then
Then you're not
you know.
compatible.
Mm.
Like that is just incompatibility.
that is painful.
Well, having said that, I mean,
Having said
it really depends. Like, if you know if you guys have been together for a while and you know your partner's love language or you know what they like specifically, I feel like it's your job, if you want to stay with them, to pay attention to that and give them what they need. And if they know you well enough, they will reciprocate with giving you space when you need it. You know what I mean? So it really depends on how bad you want to be in this
Yeah.
relationship
Too
and
many factors,
how
like
bad-
the length of
yeah.
relationship. Or if you
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
this way in like the first 3 months, as you said, of dating a
Yeah.
person, then cut it. Like you're not compatible.
mm-hmm.
That's quite interesting. I mean, yeah, makes sense. Okay, now just to end a fun story that
Oh, okay.
someone wants your opinion on.
Okay.
Okay. I've been talking to a guy, but his ex keeps stalking him and also giving him threats
Oh shit.
and giving her threats. So he blocked her,
Spicy.
but we still can't follow each other on Instagram because she doesn't want drama with this girl. So should I keep talking to this guy or
You
should I
can't
stop?
follow the guy.
Yeah, she can't follow the
Oh, this
guy.
guy's lying.
Okay, wait,
100%.
there's more. There's
No, baby,
more.
You can't follow me right now. My ex, yeah, she's
Yeah.
horrible.
I didn't even think of that. Okay, God, listen to this. So she's such a big stalker, the ex, that once this girl followed the guy at 6:50 p.m. and then got a call from the girl, the ex, at 7 p.m. while she didn't even have this girl's number.
Hold on.
She
Wait,
got a
what?
call.
She got a call when she followed the guy.
Yo.
And this ex is basically,
The ex called the girl.
yeah.
Saying what?
What's up?
Why are
Can
you
fight?
following my ex?
Can you fight?
What, throw hands?
I think you guys need to get in a ring and sort this out, because if you aren't with someone because you're afraid to hurt a completely third party now's
Yeah.
feelings, that's kind of lame, dude. That's
Yeah.
kind
But
of lame.
I suspect my spidey sense is
Mm.
tingling
Oh my God.
that
Okay.
if you get the guy and both the girls in the room, the
Mm.
girls will leave being friends.
There's some
There's
some
the
kind of
guy is
trickery going on
there's
there.
something fishy there.
Oh. I didn't even think of that.
I
didn't even
would
think
I
of
would
that.
look into that detective style.
Yeah.
And maybe have a conversation with this crazy girl. See if she's see if she's pretty crazy. I know Mike Tyson said on How I Met Your Mother, where it's like if you see a crazy girl, you should look at her boyfriend.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like to see how
Oh.
crazy that motherfucker is
Oh.
to make her
Ah,
crazy.
but-
You know what I mean?
See, if we're looking from the ex perspective, assuming she's an ex,
Yeah.
if she's not an ex, if they're still dating and she's kind of told this guy,
Situationship.
yo, who is
Ah.
this girl who's like, who's
Following
hitting
you.
on you,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
And then she follows her man, and then she's like, yo, like, give me
Oh my
this girl's
God.
number. Like, she's just all up in my business.
I can't believe he's on the ex's side right now.
No, I'm just saying, offer,
Yeah, sure, sure.
the girls some credit.
Okay, sure. Okay,
Yeah.
so maybe have like a rational conversation in a public place with witnesses
Before you enter the ring.
before you enter this new relationship. And if this girl is just kind of crazy, provided she can pose you no physical harm, I would just go ahead with it because who cares
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
other people? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Because I think it's kind of pussy for this guy to also like be like,
Yeah.
yeah, like my ex can
Yeah.
follow me, but you can't follow me. Like,
Yeah.
it's a weak move.
Yeah.
is a super
I
weak
agree.
move.
I agree. I think
Is
it's a full
this the
turn off.
naive dude that he was
No,
that
no,
she was
no.
talking about? Can this be
This is the
counted as a
fuckboy.
naive
This is
situation
the
though?
fuck boy.
Hmm.
The
Mm,
girl
could
is being
be-
naive here, if
Could
anything.
could be anything, man. Could be,
Could be
you know.
And now to end with probably, I think, the most pertinent question
Mm.
there is.
Hmm.
It will interest both of you. My girlfriend is long distance,
Mm.
but I think I'm catching feelings for my podcast co host.
Oh man. Yeah.
Listen.
You know, I know. So
Oh,
this is-
Rahul.
you know, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna
What?
I'm gonna call Kia and be
Oh.
like, yo.
That was
stop.
Rahul.
No, I know, but I'm telling Kia, I'm gonna
Oh,
call you
okay.
and say, did you fucking follow this guy right now? bro?" Stay safe, guys. Stay safe.
Amazing.
Is that the end of it?
That's the end of it.
Awesome. Thank you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
for your questions.
Yeah, I hope we helped you out. I hope we gave you some different perspectives.
That's
to
what I
look
was
at
trying to
things.
offer,
Yeah,
you know?
to look at some. He just gaslighted everyone. that came on. Maybe it's you, man. Maybe you're the fucking problem.
Somehow he found the way to.
You're on the X one, bro. But hopefully, you guys will have a different perspective going into it. And if we made a difference and we helped you guys out, why don't you DM us and tell us about the story that
Yeah, I want follow-ups because I'm very interested in a
follow-up.
few. Like the X one, I'm very interested in.
I am also very invested. Why don't you DM us and we'll be like, yo, good luck, congratulations.
Yeah.
But yeah, to everyone who's in a relationship issue or problem, good luck, have fun, be
Before
safe.
we wrap, is there any let's get one line of advice for relationships from everyone in this
Oof.
room, starting with the wisest and the oldest. Sid,
You just put me on the spot.
take your time, bro.
Well, it is a podcast, so.
Okay, it's a cliche, but there's nothing that cannot be sorted out if you talk about it.
Okay, that's sweet, man.
Be honest and talk. Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
I think that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To relationships and friendships, I feel
Yes.
we just dropped an After Dark video that you guys will probably have seen. So check that out. Check that out, guys.
Yeah.
I saw a Modern Family episode where where they do the monologues at the end.
Mm.
Jay was giving a monologue and he was like, sometimes the key to solving something is like one honest conversation
Mm-hmm.
can change everything about a
Mm.
relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Can.
Rihanna.
I think mine is also this, that I think you should just be honest about how you're feeling and where you're coming from in a situation.
Mm.
Because if you feel if you're feeling insecure or jealous, I feel like instead of just feeling that and internalizing it, it's best to just talk about it.
Mm.
Yeah, don't blame your thoughts and feelings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Feelings
don't
aren't
victimize
feelings
yourself.
aren't facts. Feelings aren't facts.
That's a nice one
I
liner.
want a t-shirt.
I've said mine throughout the episode, so I'll
If it's not a yes, it's a no.
I'll elaborate it. If it's not an unequivocal yes, it's a no. And I feel like you can tell if a person likes you or not. It's very evident. Be a little more perceptive. pick up on those signals. Don't waste 4 to 6 months of your life. And just find someone who gets you and be happy.
Mine would be just like know yourself completely before you wanna be with someone else and kind of show them who you are. Make sure like you know your values, your morals, everything that you stand for, what you would want in a partner before kind of just going into this and then kind of falling into their scope of what a relationship should be.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode of the Having Said That Show.
Peace.
Turn a side chick to a wifey. 1 minute wanna slide, next minute we fighting. Got you going this way, that way. I just had a night together, got this on the end. I can only do it if you meet me halfway. Got me going this way.